Do you still feel the same way about Jokic after he blew that Game 7 20-point lead?
You said he blew it.
Oh, my bad. His team blew it.
Yeah, the team is part of the reason I am employing people to start listening to me when I talk about herbs. Listen, if you deplete your body of all nutrients, you're out there sweating. You got stress. You got body stress. You got people banging on you stress. You have the media. You have the lights. You got all of this stuff going on. And you've been doing it all season. And the aches and pains that you didn't complain about and the ones you did complain about, when it comes to the playoffs, they rear their ugly head. So you now are playing against somebody who has been watching film on how you eat your Snicker bar. So they are knowing each thing to do differently to counter what you do. Because, people are creatures of habit. He's going to move like this. This is his fake. And he's going to back down and he's going to turn. And okay, we know he's going to do this. So when he gets to this point and he picks the ball up, he has one or two things to do. When he starts on this is what he's doing. That's detailed defense. It's not that I played Wednesday night against let me pick another center against
Embiid.
Yeah, against Embiid, and then 2 days later, but you're not, that's not it. Like, you're doing the best you can on getting your brain to go from one job to the next. When you're in the playoffs, that's focused. There's so much film. There's so much put in to counteract. Think about it. The way Minnesota played them defensively in the first game, they weren't ready for. They were not ready for that. And then in the last part of the game, when you're up 20 and you're trying to cruise against a team that is young, with young legs, and knows how to shut you down. Remember, they were hitting shots, and Denver wasn't. It's just literally a seesaw.
So now we always talk about Jokic and what kind of player he is. I know prior to him losing, they were saying he was the top center ever and all this other craziness. I would be curious, since you played the game, you transcended so many generations as far as seeing people play and actually playing in these particular years and things like that. What is your top 5 centers in ever? And does he crack it? Yeah, because you played.
I never like. Okay, so this is my answer.
Okay.
In the 70s, Bill Russell. In the 80s, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In the 90s, Akeem Olajuwon, right? In the 2000s, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, David Robinson. Like, there's so many guys that played the position differently in different eras, in different time, that you can't say somebody's the best of whatever. From 2020 through now, Embiid and Joker are the top 2 centers to play.
Right, but do you feel like he warrants that conversation of being the best center ever?
In this decade.
Because
none of them can guard Wilt Chamberlain.
I totally believe
they had to change the rules for Wilt. Like, you can't dunk. So Will would just jump over and drop the ball in the basket, but he couldn't touch the rim. Can't do this. He has to drop it. Did it to Kareem. Then the invention of the three-point line. So saying, well, this guy is the best shooter of all time or scorer of all time, if it wasn't a three-point line, would that be it? Would we be saying that?
Right. I was just saying that because I just felt like it was a little premature for them to say he was the best center ever and he has won championships. Because I look at people like Kareem, who played 20 years and have 6 championships. So I'm just like, what's going on? What are we talking about? How is this part of the conversation?
Are the 3 MVPs warranted? Or did they give him too many MVPs so far?
He was the most valuable player of that season in the league. Yes.
The three times.
He was 3-time. When you vote it and you check the stats and check the records, you would think, okay, maybe he had this. Maybe he was what he did to a team. And remember, this is a league. The most valuable player for that year in the league is not just on the court. It's what it brings to the court in advertising and notoriety and spreading the word of the NBA throughout the world, throughout Europe. Now we have a guy playing on a jersey no one has had in a long time. He is a European, so all of his country is proud of him and probably bought the jersey. So for the league, he was the most valuable player.
So are we giving awards to Europeans to spread the word? Because Gobert
when they play well.
Are you saying he's not deserving?
He is very deserving. But I'm just saying, I'm not just saying.
Both of them, yeah.
Hey, there's a thing where these guys are saying Jeremy Lin should have embraced the what was it?
Insanity.
Linsanity. He should have embraced it, right? But he didn't want it. He didn't want to embrace it. If he was doing commercials in Korea. I mean, this dude was getting bags in countries, other countries.
Did he go over there to play afterwards?
I don't remember. We got to look that up.
I don't know about that because it seemed like he didn't last that long in the league.
But that idea of being valuable for the league is important. It's important, not just. But he also proved it on the court. The dude was unstoppable, making unbelievable shots, passing, rebounding. Yeah. You know, he is a great player.
Now, can those guys, can the older players guard Joker? You said the other way around, they couldn't guard him, but would that match? The matchup would be just as hard the other way.
No, the other decades you were allowed to bang.
Yeah,
you were allowed to use that elbow, and if you try to go around Maurice Lucas and do that spin move, and he already got your hip in a vice, you trying to get out of the vice. You concentrate on getting that arm, and if he grab you like this, and the arm you shoot with is the arm you got to knock his arm with, that's 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. You don't get to get into your rhythm. Now you can bump, but you're backing up. You can't touch the guy. So you have more freedom to get to the basket.
Well, I don't think Joker would bang down low against the older players. I'm sure he would step back.
He was so big.
He would do some other things.
No, Joker would use, because he uses his body a lot. Like when he notices you got 3 fouls, I'm taking you to the basket. And I'm going to spin off you. I'm going to bang into you. You can't do anything about it. He does that. He plays bully ball like nobody's business.
Do you think you can hold your own if you guarded Jokic in your
the
prime?
90s?
Yeah, in your prime.
Yeah, I would have figured out a way not to let him catch the ball. I would have. The way you can stop somebody from scoring on you is don't let them have the ball. You can't score without the ball.
Yeah.
So if you watch D-Rod would be denying on the high side, around the back. He used to give Shaq fits. And then when Shaq got the ball and was going to score, he'd pull him out of the air because he knew it would frustrate him. Dennis would be like, all right, I got 4 more. I'm going to use them wisely, but I got 4 more. No, you're not just going to, no easy baskets. If that's the idea and the refs are understanding that these are men playing, and that's what, back in the 70s and 80s, man, these guys, I tell you, smoked cigarettes, drank beer, took cabs to the game. They wore Converse.
And I believe that about most of the people in the league now, but Joker is like his country is like that still.
Yeah.
Like he is still
so
a
he's
70s
playing against
guy. But
boys.
like he's like, you know what I mean? Like he would be just as effective, I feel like, and just as physical, and find out just a way to play in every
How's he going to guard Akeem?
era. Huh?
How's he going to guard Akeem?
Well, I don't think he's that good at defense, but.
Okay. So if he's a liability, he can't play.
Well, he's a liability right now.
Yeah, because there's no center he's playing against. He's playing against
Luca's a
Gobert.
liability as a motherfucker. His team's way better on defense without him.
Right, but also in this era, those guys weren't taught all the defensive things either. So it's not the thing to be a defensive player now. It used to be, Alvin Robinson was guarding you. I can name Michael Cooper. When these guys were this is all about defense, and there was no fashion show when you walk in, them playing $1 Million Baby as you walking into the corridor. None of that was happening. That was reserved for Michael Jordan. The reason you even see this now is MJ would no matter what game was going on, they would say, "Stay tuned. Michael Jordan has just entered the United Center." They used to show him getting out of his car and walking out. That was it. Then they did it with Kobe. Then they just started doing it with everybody coming in. Now the WNBA remembered that, took that, and now you see the girls walk in, the ladies walk in, just like the men.
Now it's in every sport now does it. NFL, they show everybody coming in.
It's a show.
Everybody dressed out.
They extended the show.
Yeah. They did.
So
Speaking of Luca in the NFL, did y'all see him hug Travis Kelce? They dapped it up, and Luca was so much fucking bigger than Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, he made Travis Kelce look like a normal dude.
Luca's what, 6'8"?
No, at least 6'8", 6'9".
That's the thing. They said Luca. They got Luca at 6'9", but he
6'9".
He head to head in this picture with fucking Cat, and
really?
he made Kelce look super small.
Yeah. And no one realized
What they're
that.
trying to say is that I don't think that they're listing him at his 7-foot height.
Or at
Luca's-
least 6'11", 6'10 and a half. Maybe
Luca's
6'10".
7 feet.
Bro, he
If he's
dapped
7
up
feet-
Kelce, and it looked like when Sally's dapping me up. It looked like that.
I was wondering why you always get on your tippy toes.
I'm trying to. I can't.
Why is he on
I
his
can't
tippy
figure it out
toes?
yet. I think I'm just gonna go for like just a fist bump, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. Is Luca's height? Why would they list him smaller? Don't you usually do the other way?